Wave 5 of Blokees Marvel Heroes Galaxy series. Wave 5 is an all Spider-Man themed wave, including 9 different characters across the whole set. All 9 characters included are Peter Parker, Miles Morales, Spider-Gwen Stacy, Spider-Ham, Symbiote Suit Spider-Man, Venom, Mysterio, Scorpion, and Dr. Octopus. For anybody unaware, many of Blokees Marvel products are not commonly obtainable in the West like the rest of their product are. So in order to obtain this, you have to purchase it through a reseller on a website like eBay or AliExpress, which is what I did. I was able to get my hands on this entire set for around $57 in total after coupons, tax, and shipping. For those interested, I will leave the link in the bio to the exact listing from which I bought this set from. The set comes with 9 different blind boxes, which guarantees at least one of each character and a chance at the Chase Spider-Man in replacement to the normal Spider-Man. My package took only 6 days after ordering to be delivered and arrived with light damages near the top of the collective package. Here is a front side view, a back side view, a top side view, a bottom side view, a right side view, and a left side view. Inside of our collective package, we get our blind boxes. Here is a front side view, a back side view, a top side view, a bottom side view, a right side view, and a left side view. Inside of each blind box, we get our bags full of loose pieces and a collector's card. For the most part, each build is pretty self-explanatory, and in total it took me roughly 2 hours to finish building each character in the set. Here is a full look at all the characters together. Almost every character comes with swappable accessories except for Scorpion and Dr. Octopus, who both come with none. By default, each character has a pair of closed fist hands except for Venom, who only comes with open grip hands. Going down the list, Peter Parker comes with a pair of web shooting hands, a straight shot web, and a visual Spidey sense attachment for his head. Miles Morales comes with a pair of open palm hands and a lightning effect for his fist. Gwen Stacy comes with a pair of web shooting hands and a curved web shot. Symbiote Suit Spider-Man comes with a swappable symbiote arm. Spider-Ham comes with a hammer, a hot dog, and a curved web shot. Venom comes with the symbiotic tentacle thing. And lastly, Mysterio comes with this green aura effect for his fist. Alright, there's definitely quite a few things I'd like to go over in this set. Firstly, let's take a look at our main stars here, our Spider Boys. To keep it simple, Peter, Miles, and the symbiote suit share the exact same body. Of course, the prints are different, but besides that, the only key differences between the 3 of them are that Miles doesn't have any webbing on his wrist or ankles, and the symbiote suit is the only one with the squinted lens on his mask. I would like to say that Gwen also shares the same body as these 3, but unfortunately that just is not the case. We'll go over that next. But first, let's come back to our boys here. We get these pretty classic looking masks on all of them that all come with this nice little plastic texture that I appreciate. And the cool part is that the lenses are swappable. So you could take the squinting lens from the symbiote suit and put it on either Peter or Miles, and vice versa. Gwen's faceplate is a little different, so it's not very easily swappable. So whether or not you can swap her lens out too, I'm not able to confirm. In terms of articulation in the head, our Spider Boys are gonna have it the best, allowing the 360, up this far, down this far, and side to side like this. It's not the greatest, and sort of limiting at times, especially for a Spider-Man toy, but it's not terrible. And again, this is the best head articulation in the set. The torsos are nice. We get that same sort of plastic texture in the upper torso, and the ab crunch is actually pretty decent, allowing us to move like this and manage that 360 in his waist. But what's probably the best thing we're getting out of each of these characters are their arms. Majority of them, including our Spider Boys, are gonna come with the double jointed elbows and ball joints in the shoulder, which allows for really good movement. But the wrists are just ball joints, so nothing to write home about. The legs too are about the same. Ball joint in the thigh, double jointed knees, and actually better feet than hands. Overall, leaving us with a pretty good body for the Spider Boys. However, let's talk about some of my gripes. As a Spidey figure, it's not bad at all. Though, there are definitely constraints with the head, the ab crunch, and the legs. It's gonna be very hard to hit some of those dynamic poses. You could finick with the legs to try and get them higher, but ultimately it's always sort of an awkward look. Though again, I do like the articulation and it's still surprisingly good for its size and cost. Let's talk about the printing though. My main problem across this entire wave. The only hands that have webbing patterns on them are the web shooter hand, and that includes all the web shooter hands, even the ones on Gwen that are not supposed to be there. And then all the other hands we get are just blank. So if we're gonna mix and match on someone like Peter, there's gonna be that difference in their hands. The pair of closed fists that we get on Miles are nicely enough dual printed to properly match his costume, but the same thing cannot be said about his alternate open palm hands. They're just pure red. Now, depending on how you look at this can be seen as both a negative and a positive. Obviously, the negative being that it's not accurate for Miles. Swapping the hands, again, is going to leave us with this weird mismatched look. But it does mean that we can use these hands on Peter without having it look completely out of place. Now, it is still a different shade of red, so up close, it's definitely noticeable. But from afar, it looks fine. And vice versa, we can actually use Peter's web-slinging hands on Miles. Since we're already given this all red look for his hands, we could just double down with the web slingers as well. Now, besides the hands, there's also another printing issue that I have. In pretty much every single character that we get these gray hip joints, which is fine, because for the most part, it'll blend in with the character's costumes, whatever. But on Peter, it stands out. Now, in general, stuff like this isn't that big of a problem, but it's Spider-Man. We're gonna have him in these crazy poses. It's gonna stand out. And what makes it even worse is that they fixed this issue on Spider-Ham. He gets the blue joints, not Peter. Granted, it isn't the same piece. It's like a slightly different size, but still. We couldn't just print blue ones specifically for Peter, the main character. Look, I get it. Blokees wants to save on their prints and their molds and their colors. It's understandable. But those little fixes would have just made a big difference, and it's just a little lazy. Let's move on to Gwen. Gwen. I'm just gonna say this right now. This is the biggest upset in this wave. Now, by no means is she bad. She looks good, and if you just plan on having her stand there, then fine. But she could have just been so much more. We have countless Peters out there, Miles, Venoms, Black Suits, but we don't have many Gwens. And to get this from a company like Blokees, just upsetting. Let me start with her head. Looks good, but like I said earlier, that faceplate is very deeply burrowed in this hood, so we're not able to easily do that lens swap, which is whatever. But let's get to the articulation, which is damn near non-existent. We get the 360, and that's it. No up, down, left, or right. Because for some reason, unlike our Spider Boys, she doesn't get a double ball peg in her neck, leaving no movement at all. The neck is just locked in place. Her torso also gets damn near no articulation either, because again, unlike our Spider Boys, her abs aren't connected with a ball joint, but instead this cylindrical peg that again locks it in place and allows no movement. Her arms have single jointed elbows. Why did we do this? Besides Venom and Spider-Ham, everybody else gets double jointed elbows except for Gwen, when there's literally no reason for this at all. Seriously, I tried thinking, but the only reason I could even think of is the printing differences being on her inner arm. But even that could have just been resolved by taking something like Peter's arm and putting the printing on the inside instead. Seriously, these arms just make zero sense to me, and it's just such a heartbreak. It almost kills the figure for me. And like I mentioned earlier, her web shooting hands have webbing patterns on them, which aesthetically makes no sense. The one saving grace on this figure are the legs. At least we get the double jointed legs. Her legs are single-handedly the one thing that's keeping her in rotation, allowing it to pose with the others. Again though, there's just too many changes on her that are so unnecessarily bad. Besides her head, her bust, and her bottom, they should have used the same exact body and mechanisms, but for some reason they just didn't, leaving me defeated. Let's take a brief look at Spider-Ham here. He's fun, very limited articulation, barely any head rotation, no ab crunch at all, single jointed elbows and knees. He has these weird holes on his legs, and no idea why. But he does come with some cool accessories, and he's fun to have standing around, whatnot. Here we have Venom. Again, not very articulated, but he looks good. I like him, and he's actually surprisingly pretty good. His head can't do anything. It can do this, but that's it. No left, right, up or down like at all. No ab crunch, though he does get a pretty good upper body movement, which sort of makes up for it. His arms can pop out, which will allow us to get more movement out of them, but his elbows are single jointed and barely move at all actually. Same for his hands. And similarly, his legs also pop out, but also comes with the same single jointed problem in his knees. Again, not great, but he's not bad. Mysterio, similar body to the Spider-Boys actually. You know, he gets this special little globe that you can spin on his head, and also the same sort of ab crunch, arms, legs, same stuff. Besides that, he comes with an all plastic static cape, so it can't move, and these golden shin guards that are easily adjustable and removable. Lastly though, we'll take a look at both Scorpion and Dr. Octopus, as they're both very similar in their build. Both sort of have this weird head articulation that allows you to move their neck, but not their head, which actually makes them better than Gwen. Scorpion gets a similar body to the rest with his ab crunch, while Doc gets this big solid piece with no articulation at all. In the back of both of them are slots for their multi-jointed limbs. They're fun. It's nice to have all those different joints to move around, but their range is definitely limited. And yes, Doc Ock's weight can be supported by the tentacles. Both of them are the only two to have these articulated shoulder plates, and both also have the typical double jointed arms and legs. That should just wrap up about everything there is to go over in this set, leaving all the accessories, which are pretty self-explanatory for the most part. They're all pretty swappable with each other, so you can mix and match different custom looks as you wish and have your own personalized custom display with all these characters. Now I know I had a lot of complaints about this set. None of them I'm gonna go back on, but overall I do like the set. It's fun, it's better than most toys at the same price, and it's a cute little display for collectors and fans. For like $50, you're getting 9 different articulated toys to play with, so I would highly recommend this and any of Blokees blind box waves to any kids for sure. But for my adult collectors watching, it is important to point out all these nitpicks I have so you guys can make that final decision for your collections at home. And I just have too much praise for Blokees and high expectations coming into their products that I am left a bit disappointed being presented some of the issues in this kit. At the end of the day though, I'm still gonna recommend this kit to all who are interested, but just keep in mind all the limitations that come with it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave some comments or recommendations down below, like the video, subscribe. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one.